Merry Christmas, dear Aries. This is your horoscope for 2013 for the month of December with me, Lada from Lada. And this horoscope is for everyone who have their ascendant, sun or moon in Aries. And if you don't know your ascendant, sun or moon, you can find them at my birth chart calculator at astrolada.com. And the month of December and for quite a few months ahead are becoming very, very busy periods for Aries. Whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon, but particularly if it's your ascendant in Aries, you'll feel it very strongly that life gets hectic, that a lot of very important area in your life get activated because four very dynamic planets are situated on the key angles of the horoscope. Basically, if Aries is here, each one planet is activating areas from across. This is very dynamic, very time for manifestations and making things happen. And I'll look at one by one the planets and what they signify and which areas of your life they're going to trigger. First of all, the most important news is that Mars, the most energetic planet, the planet of Aries, wherever Mars is passing, because Mars rules Aries as a sign, a lot of Aries, people who have sun, moon or ascendant in Aries, they'll put their focus wherever the sign of Mars is passing, whatever house Mars is passing. And in your case, Mars will be for 7 months, starting from December till next July, because Mars will be moving forwards and backwards in the sign. It's very rare that Mars stays so long for 7 months in one sign. And it's going to be in your 7th house of relationships and commitments and contracts. So a lot of Aries will have a lot of things happening in regards to relationships. It will be such an important period for that. For some of you, there will be, first of all, you put a lot of energy and action and a lot of focus in dealing with problems with relationship, because Mars is the problem solver. Aries, wherever they go, they want to, because Mars is their planet, they want to make things happen, they want to get things moving, they want to fix things and manage things better and do something about it. So this will be happening in regards to your relationships. Relationship will get very fiery. Maybe not all of you will start feeling it from December. Some of you might start feeling it in January, February, but I'm just giving you an idea what the energy will be like for the next 7 months with Mars activating a 7th house of relationships. And a lot of you Aries will get into passionate, steamy relationships because Mars is the planet of sex in the house of sexual relationships. And it's raw, it's passionate, it's intense. And if you're in a stable relationship, Mars can actually bring more tension there, because when the sex is not so, or it can either invigorate your sex life, or in worst case scenario at moments it can create more tension in regards to your relationship, because Mars is a warrior. Maybe you can become more meddlesome in the relationship, trying to boss your partner, or it can be reflected your partner. You can attract people in your life who behave like Mars, like who are trying to tell you what to do, who are trying to give orders around, who are very opinionated and who are trying to run the roost, as they say. And this can create friction, so be careful, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal love and marriage. Mars will create, not constantly for 7 months, but at certain periods you feel this energy of anger activated. Maybe people will annoy you, maybe someone will step on your toes, and you'll be willing to step back on theirs as well. But this kind of martial people, or you can attract very initiative and energetic people in your life who are like, come on, let's do this, let's get things done, and also if you have business partnership, watch out that there isn't some tension there, that there isn't some arguments. If you're about to enter into business partnerships, make sure that that you set the rules in advance, because the partners or just the business relationship can become more tense and can become more invigorating, and sometimes it can be downright arguments with those people. But also, as I said, it's good on a physical level, because it will give more sexual energy into your life. It will make you more feisty. It will make you more turned on. If you haven't had action for a while, this can be the period, especially if you're Aries ascendant, that you start feeling things moving in that area of life. Also, 7th house is the house of legal battles. If you're, for instance, in court, if you're fighting with someone, this can signify such period. I'm not saying that you're going to have a court case, all of your Aries or anything like that, but if you're already involved in something like that, or if you get involved in that, you will, Mars shows such kind of energy of battling it out with one-to-one with another person, or in your relationship there can be a battle for domination and who will be on top, or just very opinionated the relationships gets. But it's great for partnerships where you'll be doing martial things like start working out with your partner, or go do a project together, which requires a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and you get very excited when you are with another, when you combine to do something. So it can be very productive for certain kind of events, for which are more fiery, more energetic type of activities with another person. But again, I warn you, at certain moments there can be arguments, there can be quarrels, there can be tensions, and you might feel like you want to explode. But also Mars will bring you energy. Because it activates your sun, moon, or ascendant, and Mars can give you, vitalize, you can bring the adrenaline higher up. So it's great time to work out as well, to let go of this energy, or to focus your energy in some productive way to get something done with another person. Otherwise, again, as I said, it can create a lot of tension. And I personally will start working out so it doesn't reflect on my relationships for once. So this is one very intense and busy where things start moving there, and when there is a lot of focus for Aries in relationships for many months ahead, starting from December, things starting to move there. At the same time, Venus will stay for 2-3 months in your 10th house of career, another very important pivotal house in your life, pivotal area of your life. And 10th house is the career. 10th house is your social standing. And Venus is, they call it a benefic planet. And Venus there can make other people, higher standing people, authority people, or your father if you're younger, or your boss, or your manager, or some government official, can really create something positive there, because Venus is soft, charming, kind energy. Or you yourself can be very charming when it comes to dealing with such higher standing figures, when it comes to dealing with career matters, you become more charismatic, and your social image, your image for your career and reputation becomes very Venusian. People will find you more attractive, maybe in your area, maybe in your career sphere, or in your area where you have influence, where you work, and this Venusian influences can, for instance, improve your relationships with higher standing figures. Something good can happen in the life of your father, or something good, you can receive something positive, some good relationships with bosses or authority figures, or your own reputation can become more Venusian. Or if you're working in any kind of Venus careers, especially if your ascendant is in Aries, less so for the sun and moon. If Venus careers are with fashion, with beauty, with women, working with women, advising, counseling, media, entertainment, Venus is art as well. All these kind of areas, if you work in any of them, you can have more success now. You can become more popular in those areas. Or you can generally become more popular in your working space with the people in your working environment. And it's also good for advancement of career issues, and it happens in easy way because Venus is this facilitating energy which makes things happen with more ease, with more smoothness. And when it comes to 10th house, is your projects, is the things you actively do. Usually this is the career sphere, or even if you're not in a career, maybe you're in university, you're working on some project, or you're a stay-at-home mom who can just have much more ease with the things she's doing, with your responsibilities. These are the things that you consider your responsibilities in life that you have to do, and things that starts running smoothly. Also, Venus is the planet of love, and we can see where love comes from the position of Venus, and Venus staying so long there for 2-3 months, it can show love coming from, or pleasant exchanges. It's not necessary that you'll find the love of your life in your career place or in regards to some work, but it can be some like very pleasant exchange and pleasant time with people from work, with people that are connected somehow to the projects you do, but some of you actually can find even love in the workplace. Let's see. So Venus is very active, Mars is very active. These are both planets of sexual love energy, so they activate angles in Aries. So Aries will get more, sensual, sexual as well, more energized, full of desires. Both of those planets rule desires in your life, and desires Venus can help you fulfill desires in regards to your career. Mars can help you fulfill desires in a bit more rough way. It might be more shaky path in regards to your relationships, business partnership, but with a bit more fighting and trying to, fixing problems and overcoming obstacles, whatever Mars is passing in regards to relationships. And Jupiter will be in your 4th house. It continues to be there. So another angle, the 4 angles of the horoscope, which are the most important parts of life. And the 4th angle, the 4th house where Jupiter is triggering is home and family and personal affairs. For them, for Aries in December, it continues to be a positive area of positive developments. Maybe something good happens with your family, with your home. Some of you might buy property, move to a better place. Some of you can extend home and house. Some of you can find more peace when you want to retreat, when you want to relax. The best place, wherever Jupiter is passing, this is where you feel most joy, and this is where you feel most inspiration. So it's coming from home. So people who work from home, or people who are involved in caring careers, and careers connected to home, to property, they'll be faring pretty well. Or people who are establishing foundations for a business, laying foundations, this can be very, again, inspirational and active time for them. Overall, the influence, the Sun and Mercury, these 2 planets, they very briefly activate your 9th house in December, and after that they move away from there. But you get 9th house is a house of ideals. So Aries, during the month of December, they tends to get more idealistic, more inspired. The 9th house is the best house in astrology because it rules you feeling connected to something higher, to having more meaning and purpose, to feeling connected. So if you've been feeling a little bit after all those eclipses in October and November, a bit ruffled up, a bit like sucked out and emptied, because because of the eclipses, the Sun and Mercury in the 9th house will infuse more meaning, more inspiration into your life. You'll be able to see the bigger picture, because 9th house is the house of where you can look at reality from a higher perspective, and you see how the puzzles are fitting in, and you feel like, okay, even though this happened, I see the reason for it, so I have a purpose to move forward. Some of you will find ideals, some of you will find some spiritual belief system, or just more faith in themselves. 9th house rules faith. It's great time for studies and educational activities, because 9th house rules anything which expands the mind. And travel also expands the mind, as long as it's not just to get drunk and to but if it's a travel that you learn something about others, that you in some way expand your knowledge. And the 9th house is the house of the teachers in your life, so you can connect to quite wise people and get very wise advice during this period. Actually, yourself become a bit more wiser and a bit more, because of this higher perspective that you have, so you can give advice to others. But also God or the universe will send people into your life who can give you advice as well, who can direct you in the right path, who can give you an inspiration about what to do. And overall, Aries is feeling very energized and positive this month. Of course, there might be some of you that are going through ruffling times and turbulent times, but make sure you check also your ascendant or your moon sign or your sun sign, because this is where the lot of tensions can be coming from. Thank you very much, Aries, and Merry Christmas again.